Alrighty, hello everybody, my name is Blubber and welcome to another stream. Now, as you can see, I'm currently in the void. We are actually going to be reacting to the Honkai Star Rail new launch trailer. I've been really excited for this game for a while. If you don't know what the game is, it's basically a new game in the world of like Genshin. Like, it's not a sequel or anything, but it's made by the same developers. And do excuse my little franticness. A little bit of chaos just happened. I had to very quickly rush to get everything all set up because I did not initially plan to stream right away. I was just going to be streaming at 10 because that's when the game comes out. But they suddenly came up with this, so I'm like, okay, might as well just go ahead and get a little reaction out of me. But it seems like it's just about to start. Oh no, that was a bad wording. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Oh, Kafka. Himiko. And Denhung. March 7th, okay. Are we gonna get a welt? Oh, kinda. Poor welt. He just gets a background. Oh, really? Okay, so this is a new character, and she's kind of a new character. She's like a Leeway. Like the new Leeway. Oh, wow, they're showing a lot of new characters. Okay. Wait, did they show Dan Hung's 5-star version? Hook, okay. Sela. Whoa. I forget his name, but I know him. That's a new character. There's a couple characters there. Herda. Wow. Ooh, the Eon, or Aeons. I think they're Aeons. Oh, that's actually a really cool trailer. If we're taking a short break, I'll explain something real quick, unless... so...
Ladies and gentlemen,
no, okay, I'll wait.
from all over the world, welcome to Honkai Star Rail Launch Show. This show is presented by HoYoverse, the developer of Honkai Star Rail. I'm Sydney Goodman, and I will be your host for today. I'd love to welcome some very special guests. Mark from RDC World, voice actress and content creator Lily Pichu.
Oh, I love her hair.
And Austin Malcolm from HoYoverse. Why don't we go around the room and introduce ourselves?
Hey Trailblazers, it's Mark from RDC World, also known as Supreme Dreams. I'm part of a content creator group. We make anime videos, video game videos, and sports videos. And honestly, I'm just happy to be here with everybody.
Hi, I'm Lily, or Lily Pichu. I'm a voice actress, content creator. I'm also really happy to be here. My favorite color's pink.
I feel like I've seen her before. I don't know why.
Hey everybody, I'm Austin from the branding team at HoYoverse. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to Sydney, Mark, and Lily for being here
You're welcome.
and celebrating this big moment with all of us. And thank you to you out there, all the Trailblazers, tuning in today to hear about Honkai Star Rail and to celebrate our official launch together.
Well, thank you so much, Austin. So where are we sitting right now?
I would have to say, with these lush couches and these stars all around us, probably a waiting room somewhere in space.
Whoa. No
Which-
way.
Yeah, and which means that the Astral Express may be arriving any moment now to take us out beyond the stars.
Well, it's great that you mentioned that because I have heard the Astral Express mentioned a lot when describing Honkai Star Rail. For our Trailblazers that are new to the game, can you start us off by telling us a bit more about Honkai Star Rail?
Sure, yeah. So Honkai Star Rail, it's a free-to-play, cross-platform space fantasy RPG developed by us, HoYoverse. In the game, you'll become what we call a Trailblazer. You'll get to explore vast worlds that take place in a universe filled with thousands of years of history. During that journey, you'll meet a lot of characters, different species, and maybe some familiar faces. You'll also run into some mysterious and powerful Aeons. They could be friendly, they could be hostile, but no matter what, they're going to have an importance in your story. We are trying to design this vast and intricate universe for players like you.
Mark and Lily, so you guys have both had a chance to play the game in the closed betas, right?
Yeah, I participated in the final closed beta in, I think, February.
I was in the second closed beta last May.
Okay, so I'm the only one here who has yet to play.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, I think the
I
only
also
impressions we
managed
have
to
is
get in the
probably from
final
that trailer that showed.
closed beta, so
It is, and the
I've had a
trailer
little bit of
was
experience with this
incredible.
game.
Really pretty. I like
So
it.
excited. Really, really pretty.
The game has come a long way, especially since our first closed beta back in October 2021. We made lots of changes and improvements between like each and every closed beta. So I mean that's including like we redid the first 3 hours of the game. We had new stories, characters. There's a whole new zone, which is the Herta space station.
I like the space station because it had this like side quest that was really, really tragic, and I love tragedy.
Tragic. Tell me
Very
more.
I love
It
her.
was about a star-crossed couple with they were separated by like time, like something with time, and it was really, really touching. And I'm an emotional person, so I was like, I like stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like touching stories is like something that we always resonate with, and we think a lot of our players also resonate with. So it's really great to hear that that's something that really left a mark on you.
Oh yeah, yeah, make me cry.
You're like, I'm still crying about it, actually.
Cry, laugh, any of those things.
Mark, did you play the same side quest, or were there any memorable moments of the beta?
Yeah, I was actually able to visit one of the cities. It's really hard for me to say this name, but it's like Shaozu or something like that. I feel like it was a great addition to the game, and honestly, it's like really well designed, like truly amazing. Like I'm in a real city, and it's like so many things to do. I just thought it was, it was amazing. Plus, I like Kafka a lot, so.
Well, after the second closed beta, we revealed Shenzhou Luofo during Gamescom last year. In the final closed beta in February this year was when Shenzhou Luofo was first released to beta players, so that's what you got to experience.
Oh, okay.
And it seems like everyone really loved the scenery.
So, Lily, what impressed you the most about Honkai Star Rail?
When I look at a game, the first thing I look for is like, is it pretty? Or I mean, I love cute, pretty stuff,
Yeah.
and Honkai Star Rail had that. Especially the characters, they have
Yeah.
such cute designs. I
Oh,
could gush
totally.
about it this entire show, but I won't. But they're really cute.
We have a lot of announcements, so I appreciate that. A lot to get through. But it's safe to say that characters are a really important part of the gameplay experience. As an aside, do you all have a favorite RPG character?
Yeah, I would say mine is Sora from Kingdom Hearts probably. That was one of my like first RPGs I played, and just to add Disney characters in there was kind of crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know you could
Yeah,
do
that
that.
whole collab.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
yeah,
whole
I
collab was
remember
crazy.
when I first played Kingdom Hearts too, I was like, wait, you can do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
like
can like,
This
Yeah.
loud?
yeah.
Well, then they also grabbed like Final Fantasy characters in too. So you have
True.
like Hercules and Cloud
Cloud,
Strife, and you're like,
Sephiroth.
what is happening here?
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Lily, what about you? Favorite
My
character?
favorite RPG character. Oh, it's so hard. I have trouble picking. I'm very indecisive. What about you?
I think I'll pass on this question, but I'm really curious what Sydney has to say.
One of my favorites is definitely Super from Persona 4.
Really?
Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah.
A
Persona.
really good conversation. I don't want to
Super
answer
fun.
that. You
So
go. No,
clumsy,
actually,
and
you
just
go.
Lovable, and like a little bit of like I don't know that I'm allowed to say the word on stream, but
Yeah.
you love him despite maybe his flaws.
Yeah.
So,
Persona was fun.
right?
That was like a fun turn-based RPG.
Lots of good
Totally.
characters from
Good
Persona.
characters, good
Lots-
setting.
Yeah, I like
that was
the
a
art
good
direction a
RPG.
lot.
Ryuji from Persona 5 was kind of like that same
Yeah.
sort of vibe there. I'm like, oh yeah, like lovable idiot. I guess you
Yeah,
maybe
there
say.
you go. It's like it's
Yeah.
already it.
Do you
It's
have, like-
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like an RPG archetype that you find yourself gravitating towards, like a type of? You said you like clumsy.
Yeah, I like. It kind of is always like the clumsy, like lovable best friend that kind of makes comments that maybe they shouldn't, but like deep down they do love and feel. And I'm like, it's okay. I can fix you.
Oh, it's one of those.
It's one of those, yeah.
Now back to Honkai Star Rail. Do you have a favorite character, or maybe even a character that left a strong impression on you?
I really like Kafka a lot, just because she's like
Yeah.
one of the first people I've seen, and she said some really wise words to Silverwolf at one point at the beginning of the game when I started playing on the beta. But also I like Himiko because her ultimate move is like
Yes.
it's like a beam from the space, and
That's
she
cool.
was talking a lot of mess while she was shooting the beam from space. So I honestly like that. You know, battling is always my favorite aspect of a game.
Right.
So
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I would pick Seal. Like, she's really nice, but she's also badass, and she looks sick too. I think my second favorite would be just March 7th, because I remember looking at the character, I'm like, that is such an interesting name.
yeah,
So I really like that design.
Yeah.
makes sense.
What about you, Austin? Do you have a favorite, or is it like choosing favorite children?
Right, yeah. I mean, I love them all. But if I had to choose, I would also say March 7th. I mean, she's quite literally the face of our game. But she also has that energetic, optimistic personality I think that we all can just really love, and love to have that kind of contagious sort of smile on the team. So you'll never be bored if you're playing with March 7th.
She reminds me too much of Primo
back to my
Gems.
first question. Mark, based on what you know, what are your thoughts on Honkai Star Rail?
Well, I really like the just like how fluid the animations are in the game, and I like the fact that I haven't played really many RPG games where you can just like switch your character in the while like running and exploring things. I really thought that was a good addition. Also, like you have like 3 people on the team, sometimes 4, a lot of different characters to choose from. The battle animations are really good, and like I was explaining about Himiko and her ultra, I like all their ultimates. They're really top tier in my opinion, and really well done. So that's what I like about
Before, what did you mean by it's very RPG?
it. Well, by like very RPG, I feel like, well, first it has a lot of cutscenes that kind of play out like a movie. All like RPG games always have a lot of cutscenes that play out like a movie. The characters are really well thought out, and it feels like you're kind of watching like meeting anime characters. That's what I like a lot.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
that's just what I mean by like RPG. So
I get the immersion in the story thing. It is like watching a movie for me, but except like you're playing in the movie. Like, I felt that during certain side quests, like To the Faint Star and etc.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and I feel like the characters, from what I've seen, already have such rich and like deep backstories, and with such a like detailed world, it's so easy to get lost in it, right?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I like to get attached to characters, like depending on what they are, and sometimes a little too attached, you know? Like, I don't want anything bad to happen to them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Literally, it is like a movie.
Yeah.
Like, you are controlling the characters. And
Definitely.
Exactly. It's almost too much pressure, right? Because then you love the characters and you are in control, and you don't want
Yeah.
anything bad to happen.
Yeah.
We're trying our best to kind of create an experience as immersive as possible.
Ooh, there's a
So, which is
code.
what we feel is one of the
I
most
think I already
important
have the
things to
code, so
making a
I'll
good
make sure to show you guys them
a lot of our
later.
inspiration actually came from a lot of great classics like the Trails series,
Yep.
Persona.
I heard that the producer of Star Rail previously had conversations with the producers of Atlas and Falcom.
Yeah, when he learned that Toshihiro Kondo from Falcom and Katsura Hashino from Atlas agreed to meet up, he was in high spirits the entire day. A lot of members on the team actually grew up playing the Trails and Persona series, so that was a huge morale boost for the entire team.
Yeah, well, I mean, that all sounds so exciting. And speaking of exciting, I assume that Honkai Star Rail is a game that's built to last and will continuously bring new updates?
Yes, so a lot of like other Hoyoverse products like Genshin Impact, Tears of Themis, Honkai Impact 3rd, we are going to make sure we're dedicating lots of time and passion into high quality and continuous updates for the game.
So, what would you say is the most important feature of Honkai Star Rail?
Well, that's a pretty hard question to answer. But personally, my favorite aspect about Honkai Star Rail would probably be the story and the world that we created.
I
It
was
is a
actually
very
bit
convoluted
confused
and
about
like
the world,
very
or the universe to be more
well
specific.
built out story and world. So
okay.
there's a lot to
Alright, yeah,
explore.
so let me get ready for this, because our universe can be a little difficult to understand. So let me explain some of the kind of vital concepts for you.
Okay.
So, first off, the 2 most important concepts are Aeons and Celerons. The Aeons are basically gods, and they all ascended from ordinary creatures or non-living things.
Oh, I don't think
Each
we've seen that Aeon
represents an
before.
ideal or unique concept in the universe, which gives them their own motivation and their source of power. For example, the Aeon of Trailblazing, Akivali, was once the former owner of the Astral Express. but his goal was to discover and explore the great unknowns. In our current timeline, though, Akivli is actually long gone, but his believers, the Nameless, continue in his absence and travel across the universe, shuttling between different planets and always taking part in some sort of adventure. So, the character you choose will also be part of this group of the Nameless. But you have one important difference from the rest of the cast. That is the existence of a Stellaron inside your body. Stellarons are generally considered to be the source of disasters in the universe, so they're known to be ominous and dangerous objects. A group of individuals are called the Stellaron Hunters, and they are looking for Stellarons in order to use them for unknown purposes. So Kafka, Silverwolf, Blade, and their leader Elio are the four that make up the Stellaron Hunters. But for some unknown reason, Kafka decided to stuff a Stellaron inside your body, and that's where your journey begins.
Mysterious.
So now that you have a Stellaron
I love this
inside
cutscene.
you must set off to various worlds around the universe, hopefully to explore the secrets of the world and discover the truth about who you really are. So our starting point in the game is a space station called Herta, named after the owner of the station, one of my favorite characters and one of the smartest people in the universe. The space station is packed with scientists and researchers from around the universe, but in reality, it's really just Miss Herta's laboratory and personal storage room.
Okay, so we're now inside Herta Space Station?
Yeah, we are. I would say this is the Herta space station. But we'll be departing from here shortly to the first world, a planet covered by ice and snow called Jarilo 6. This used to be a planet with a prosperous civilization, but because of a Stellaron hundreds of years ago, Jarilo 6 experienced a sudden climate shift and turned into a pure white planet. Now there's only one city with civilization left on the entire planet, called Belobog, which is our first destination. Here we'll see stories of humans fighting against humans, fighting against the climate, and fighting against monsters.
And that's why I said it was very RPG-like, because it's a lot of lore, like a lot.
And there's more. So our next destination is
This game is so big for being just the launch of this game. There's just so much content, like it's really impressive.
Here, you'll find races with fox-ears, some with dragon inheritance, and even normal, ordinary humans. They're all waiting for players to discover and meet them in the game. But you can learn more about Shenzhou's civilization by completing quests, reading texts in the world, and interacting with the NPCs there. Of course, the story of Shenzhou is only just starting in this version, and we're very excited to open more areas and stories in the future.
So thank you for that, Austin. I feel like you just shared a wealth of knowledge.
Well, that's
Definitely.
what I do.
But is there any chance you can share any information about future areas or stories?
So, not yet, but when the time is right, we will share it with everyone. We've developed many technologies and, of course, invested a lot of resources into this game so Trailblazers can see exquisite characters, fancy visual effects, high-quality cutscenes, and more. And so that's going to continue coming to you in the future.
I'm really curious to
Well,
see
and
how long it
Hoyoverse
takes for
has
him to
had such a huge
update and like
impact
add a
on
new
gaming
world.
industry
I wonder
over
if
the
it'll be
past
like
few
the
years, not just on
2.0 or
developers, but
if we'll get one in
players
like
and fans too.
1.5 or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like Hoyoverse like came out of nowhere and now everyone plays Genshin Impact. It's like
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, no, it was popular with the anime fans at the beginning, and more people were becoming more aware about Hoyoverse. But now even at the conventions, it's like a lot of Genshin Impact cosplayers. Like I see them literally at every convention I go to. So.
I even cosplay Genshin Impact.
Ooh, there's another code.
There you go.
Yeah, I would cosplay like 2 characters.
Oh wow.
I love like Hoyoverse's character designing.
Oh,
It's really
okay,
good.
okay.
Oh yeah.
If you go to convention, you're gonna see Genshin Impact
Yeah,
everywhere. It's, like,
definitely.
everywhere. I remember seeing a bit of Honkai Star Rail cosplayers last year at Anime Expo, and I was kind of surprised because the game's not out, right? So
Yeah.
But you know, we've done enough with the concept arts and all that stuff that we can start planning ahead and got people really excited. It kind of help bring that immersion to our world.
Makes
Totally.
sense.
all
Makes
the
sense.
hype.
Well, that must
Yeah.
be really rewarding too to see players be so excited ahead of the game's launch.
And vice versa. I mean, if you're a traditional artist and you're drawing in a 2D space, it's super cool to start seeing your work, your effort being brought into the real life space.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. If I drew
Yeah.
something and I saw someone dressed as to something,
Yeah.
No, that'd make me
even
feel really
if the
good.
game wasn't
Yeah.
out, I'm like, wow, you like the design that much?
Totally. I don't know
Flattered.
that I ever thought about it that
Wow.
way.
Definitely.
But on the subject of expos, your reach in the traditional mainstream video game industry is just getting wider and wider. So far, it's been Summer Game Fest, Gamescom, the Game Awards, and if I remember correctly, Tokyo Game Show as well. So even though you might have started off as an anime game developer and mobile game developer, your reach really is growing. And
Aren't
I
they
think the
having like an actual
cross-platform
like
play helps
Genshin
a
anime
lot with
coming
that,
out sometime
since Honkai
soon?
Star Rail is also a cross-platform game. I would love to know, how do you balance between mobile, PC, and console users within the same game?
Yeah, and there are many players that are used to and tend to play games on mobile phones. And they also have the same amount of love for video games as others do. So we want to ensure we're providing them with the best possible game experience, regardless of platform, from the very beginning of development. The turn-based gameplay for Honkai Star Rail actually allows us to achieve this goal even better, because we don't need to be conducting many real-time actions and super precise operations. So we've also invested a lot of resources in the optimization for all platforms. So mobile players, PC players, and console players can all have a smooth experience playing the game.
Okay, well, how about instead we check out gameplay and try out the game? Lily, do you want to do the honors?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Well, let's play some Honkai Star Rail. Ooh.
Here we go. Starting off with strong with Seal.
I know
Ooh,
Lily's
this is
happy.
the new area.
It's not her favorite.
We got like a little glimpse of this area in the final beta, but like we never got to fully explore it. It got very closed off immediately.
Very cute. Attacks with
The
her
character
tail.
design in this game is
Oh, I love Bailu so much.
Right. I love
Her little
tail.
like
Everybody's
horns.
extremely
Jade,
unique.
are they
Doesn't have a
horns?
character.
Like little
Right,
growths in
they
her head.
are also unique.
And then Jin Young.
He's good.
I'm sorry if I butcher any of these names.
Ooh, I like the like doorknobby thing on his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Sort of that.
Oh
I see
yeah,
why
the knocked
people
up.
with
want
the
to
lion.
cosplay. That's attention to detail. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
I love his hair
I
so
see
much.
why a lot of
It's
people
very
would
white
probably
lion
cosplay these
mane.
characters.
It fits him so
Right.
A
well.
lot of, like, that's a lot of hard work, and they
And
probably
then
would come out
they
looking
keep
really
saying
clean.
either
those little
Seal
touches
or
make it
Sela.
tougher probably
I
to
thought
create
it was
the cosplay,
Sela,
think
but
it's
I
the
don't
point
know
it's all
now.
more rewarding.
Exactly.
Totally, totally.
You said that much better than I was saying that.
No, we're all
Oh,
on.
expressions.
Oh yeah, so then we have this
Oh.
little photo mode here.
Ooh,
Pose.
that's fun. A photo mode where you can actually try out the different animations and stuff. That's
So
great.
elegant. I mean,
I love
honestly,
that
all the
feature.
characters are so elegant.
No, they really are. That's the only
Oh,
word
turn
you can
around.
use to
Yeah.
sum it up.
Gosh darn it! I'm such a pet. Wait.
Yeah.
There she is.
Okay. Yeah. So we're in
Oh,
camera
that's gonna be
mode,
so
you can change
good.
it to-
I do notice that they kind of cluttered the
sorry.
menu a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like,
There we go.
it's even worse than
So
Genshin
I
at
think
this
the
point,
first
but
button
like,
you were pressing, I
it's
think, was
still
kinda
a
like
neat
switching
menu.
between, like, front or back view,
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're right.
or selfie mode.
Oh,
so
that's
first person.
cute. Interesting.
Very cool.
Hmm.
They got every aspect
Yeah.
in this
I
game.
know,
They really
right?
have thought of every single thing.
How long were you working on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you're-
actually
if
really
you're a
impressive for being
professional
all
photographer, you
all
wanna
this being there
Perfect.
at
Move on
launch.
into the
Oh,
game
you
world.
Really
This
take
is
a
it.
picture?
Speaking of professional photographer, look
Right
at that.
there.
So
That's
cute.
hard. It's the
Yeah.
little details like that make you like really appreciate a game for real.
Right?
Right.
I love the physics of her
She's
costume.
clean.
Here we
I
go.
love
Yeah.
her.
All you
Ting
need is
Young,
Fox
I think is her
Fox
name.
looking character.
I personally don't like her design, and I know that's very controversial, but I don't know. There's just something like overtly sexual about her design that I'm just not a
Really
fan
good
of.
thing on these characters. And the
I
abilities
know
that
that's
she
such a, like a
developed, those are
prune
all-
reason, but
love
like
the colors.
she is not my
Special
favorite.
effects, yeah, to that attack
But I've
is
heard that
just
she's like really
insane. I
good,
don't think I've ever
especially
seen
for
anyone
like
do that sort of,
end
like,
game,
style. It's
because she
almost
can
like
like
they're
buff
painted in
I
crit
know, it's
damage and
beautiful,
stuff.
I like that there's kind of, it doesn't immediately disappear. There's kind of like
Yeah.
a delay on it. It's nice.
Arr.
How long do you think it takes her to get ready in the morning and tie all
It
the
doesn't
ribbons?
really seem like the
This would take
expressions
so
are like
long, I feel.
much of a change. Like I can see now that she's kind of pouting,
Oh.
but I don't know. Didn't really notice
So
much of
note
a difference.
two, I think if we press T, we'll be able to actually start changing the team and showing off some of the other characters as well.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
look at all those
Wow.
characters. There's like
There's March
26 of them on launch. There's gonna be so many.
So cute. You know my birthday's on March 7th.
Oh,
Alright.
you
Fun
should
fact.
play her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll play her and then cosplay her.
That's really
Yeah,
clean
just
though.
really commit,
commit.
To the March 7th bit.
I feel like what naming a character March 7th is really bold, but that's really a cold name.
Yeah,
that's a
it's
good
right.
name. Like
Yeah, it's
that's
so
hard.
I think as
so
the name gets a
unique,
little
but
bit
it
more,
like
maybe start
really
learning.
works. I love the name March 7th.
Nah, that hair is unique.
I like
That's
that.
some
That's a
unique
cool
hair.
That is
hair.
some unique
Nah,
hair.
Brian is the thing on character design.
How much
really
hairspray?
There goes Himiko.
Oh,
There
she's
she
cool.
is. Good taste.
Gosh,
Good
I
taste.
love her hair. So pretty.
Her ultimate move, crazy.
I like her sleeves.
Clara.
I like how she's just shoeless.
Clara is such a
courageous walking
weird
around with
character.
She looks so
Why
sad.
why is she not
We-
wearing
we
shoes?
must know,
Who
like,
took
her
her shoes?
backstory that
Give her
probably
shoes
explains
back.
Oh, I'm
all
sure.
of that, right?
100%.
I know she has a tragic backstory.
Oh, I love her little
Natasha.
teddy bear.
Cute.
Yeah, Natasha's
I
one of my
love
favorites
this.
just
The
because she's
character
like a really
design
good
is so
healer.
good
And you
so
especially
unique
need a
for every
healer in these
character.
these kind of
She's
games.
cute.
Make sure each one kind of stands like proudly on their own, right?
Pila,
Absolutely, yeah.
not really interesting to me. I heard that she's good, but
Cute.
same with Asta. Like those two, they just aren't that great.
Serval.
this is the
Kingshu, she's meh.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hard.
Serval's good.
So
I
good.
like her
Blueberry
design.
And it's hard.
Herta. So right, this is
Herta's
what I
good
mentioned
too, even though
before.
like she's
So,
not
right, the
very
Herta space
strong.
station, this is Herta herself, right? So researcher, scientist, and collector.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, I wonder how much drag that tail has, like when she's running.
Right? How much weight that is.
I want to briefly
very
check
good.
something, so I'm going to interrupt the
So
stream for
we're right
just a
now
split
in
second.
Shangzhou
Okay, yeah, there we go.
How do I get to the-
I believe
Just
that we
making
saw
sure
that
all the
this- there
technical
was
stuff's
a
working out
jade
correctly.
gate. Right, so there's lots of different little elements into this, our second world here, kind of showcasing lots of little things you kind of pick up and learn about the culture and sort of why people act the way they do and all that history we've been talking about. Something you really pick up in this game.
Oh, the just visual design in this game though is just so superb. Like
So
It-
I think
it's
from
so
here runs
pretty.
its own sanctum. This is the place where the citizens actually live at. It's kind of more of the living
now I can't
quarters.
remember. I don't think we got to explore this area. It doesn't look familiar. Like the entire like ship that this is on, they all kind of look similar because it's obviously supposed to design to look similar. But I don't think
Yeah, I think
we've
it's to your
ever
right
been to this
there.
area.
How come it's all like
Up. There is a giant tree
I
there.
think I see a branch.
I think
I'm
I see it
trying to
right there,
make
too.
sure, as I look at it, to make sure that it is indeed the ambrosial arbor.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
true. That's true.
it.
Right there.
So this is the ambrosial
Ooh.
arbor.
Yeah, no,
It's a
we've not
giant
seen
tree
this
led
yet.
By one of the aeons of abundance. It was actually originally used to grant you eternal life, but was destroyed. So now, after that destruction, the ambrosial arbor has actually been closed and strictly forbidden to enter. Right, so there's these little
Hoyoverse
elements,
definitely
right, throughout
enjoys
this world you're gonna
having
be able to see
many
and
trees
that
in
kinda
in their
hint into
game.
some story and
I
other
don't
sort
know
of
what it
passages.
is about trees, but they always include a mystical,
Well, and
magical
it's really
tree.
interesting that we talked about it a little bit with the character design, and then the worlds are all so distinct and rich, and I think that all just adds to the immersive aspect of this game.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing.
I
All
did
of
not
the
know this
different
one.
worlds, because there's 3 of them, plus like a
Going
very
into the
small
arts
area.
and commission.
Like they all look very distinctly
Perfect.
different. Like they don't look like copied and pasted at all. It's all, like I said, really impressive for them just launching the game.
that's so pretty.
Right? It's so pretty.
Ooh, a new cutscene.
Alright.
You're like, I'm buckled in.
Ooh, is this a boss?
That's a
Oh,
clean boss
is it
design.
the
Yeah.
I
Hunt
love the
Aeon?
flowers.
So
It's like even the bosses are pretty.
I think
Right.
that's the Hunt
this
Aeon.
boss is one of our new bosses. It's the abundant ebon deer.
Oh, the
So we're going to be
abundance.
fighting it
Okay.
now.
Huh. It looks really cool.
Go, Lily, go.
I'll be honest, I really didn't have too many high expectations for the combat in this game before playing it, but just because of the classic RPGs, there's not much that you can do. But just like I was explaining earlier with the ultimates and everything, I really think they put a lot of work into the battle aspect and animations of the game.
Right.
Yeah, visually, it's super fun to watch.
Yeah, their combat in general, just
As I
it's
like
very
this one right there.
enthralling to me, just because it's very laid
Every
back,
time
but
like as you get further and further,
it,
those
it's
damage
weird
numbers
because
go
it
up
can
and
be
up
laid
and up.
back,
It
but
kinda just
also
feels
if
like
you
you
really
feel
wanted
that
to,
growth.
it can
Yeah,
be
it's
very
good
challenging
sure.
and like puzzling to try and figure out what strategies you have to use.
These ultimate
Or
animals.
you can
that's
literally
one of
just
my
press a
favorite.
skip button and it just like auto goes
Also,
through
like,
the
even, like,
entire
seeing
battle.
them hit them with, like, ultimate
As long
moves,
as it's not like an
still isn't
important
taking
battle.
off that much damage off of them. I feel like the game is like really difficult, so if you think you're just gonna go through there and easily win against every boss. I don't think it's that easy to
It's not
just
that
do that.
easy.
Yeah, I see you
can
struggling a
attest,
little bit.
It's not.
You actually
So-
need a strategy and what every boss is like weak against and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you can't just like spam, in my opinion.
Well, and I feel like it really just makes going through the game so much more rewarding, right?
Right.
When you
Very
have
true.
to actually, I don't know if this is revealing too much about myself, but it's like when you really have to work
Yeah, no.
and then you get it, it feels
Yeah.
it's fun.
I agree 100%.
And it puts the emphasis on like that team building, mechanic, right? Because you don't just grab like your 4 favorite characters. You can, I think, at certain stages, but when things get too tough, right? It's start looking to okay, well, who's really going to be helping out this other character I have? That sort of like collaboration, those
Yeah.
synergies that can really help with this sort of breaking down these tough bosses.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I especially like it more than Genshin, just in the fact that you don't have to sit there and spam like every button, know exactly the exact combo in order to do the most critical damage possible. You can kind of just like pick and choose what you want to do, and you're less you don't hit more of a wall when you're just doing a bunch of stuff. Like there's a more ease to everything in the combat. Like you're able to make more mistakes without getting totally wiped out in an instance.
Certain characters have extra attacks.
Exactly, yeah.
And you can use ultimates freely. Like there's a bunch of things you can do. I love her animation so much.
I know.
I love all of
know.
your ultimate animations. I think they did so well on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they really put thought into each and every person's, moveset.
And
That's what I really like about it.
I think because like these animations are so great for these ultimates, I'm really happy that you can do the ultimates multiple times in the battle. Like in a lot of old RPGs, it's like you're saving up, and it might not even be like you might not get it for like 4 or 5 battles, but this
Yeah.
one's like no,
Exactly.
like that ultimate is gonna be charged up, and you're gonna be using it multiple times to see that awesome the big numbers and the big animation.
And even using it multiple times, you still can lose. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
So like, I see why they gave you the use to use it multiple times instead of just one.
The support abilities also feel really nice. Like
Mm.
whenever she
Yeah,
does
like-
damage boost or if Bailu heals, like
Well,
it's just
All of the different abilities and
Yeah.
ultimates, like they're just
Sorry, Lily, I was
visual
trying to interrupt
designs
you,
are
but-
so
And
good.
then on the left, it's
They
kind
put
of
so
the
much attention to
order
detail
of
in all of it.
who's up next for combat, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I like that. That's clean.
Yeah.
yes, go Bailu!
Yeah, Bailu's one of the
I love her
healers,
so
and
much.
she's
so cute.
she's so cute. She's so
Oh,
good.
Is she like
She
a
does
healer?
such a great job. I think she can actually revive people
They
too.
have, there's
I think
a
she's
couple
allowed to
classes,
like revive one teammate that falls.
all with like actual in-game terminology, but for our conversation's sake, right, you'll see some that are really good at AoE damage, some at single target damage, some that are more at like buffing your current team, some at debuffing the enemy, and then some more on like that healing side of stuff, protecting. And then there's a couple more around that as well. So what you just saw at the top of the bar, that white one is called toughness, which can be weakened by enemies' weaknesses. So if you can get that down, it gives you an extra attack that turn and puts a debuff on the enemy.
Okay,
Well, then obviously the orange bar is your health.
got it.
I honestly would have thought we beat the boss and the boss had another part to
Ooh,
it.
there's the
no,
third
no,
code.
no,
I just now realized that I'm
We're leaving
blocking
it
the
out.
codes.
Yeah,
That's enough
But don't
teaser
worry,
for-
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
but
make
again,
sure
we'll find
to
out about
show
that
you
one.
guys in a bit.
Yeah, so I think that is it for the gameplay part today. I believe that all the Trailblazers who have never played the game, including myself, now have a deeper understanding of what Honkai Star Rail looks like, and you can experience the rest of the content in the game yourselves. For RPGs, it's all about playing it on your own, and speaking from experience, it is always much more fun than watching others play. However, it is
I
fun to watch
agree.
others play
Yeah.
sometimes, especially when it's some new gameplay, right?
I think we're nearing the end of the stream because like the game's technically now fully
So,
launched
now,
now,
do
I
you
believe.
have anything else to share with us, Austin?
Oh, I have a lot more to share. So first of all, I'd like to quickly go through all the giveaway events in version 1.0 of the game. Since
Oh
we
yeah, they're
prepared
doing a bunch of
few
stuff.
events and giveaways for all of our players. So first up, we have our login event where you can get 10 Star Rail passes, or special passes, for the limited warp, just by logging into the game for 7 days.
Do we need to log into the game for 7 consecutive days, or?
It doesn't need to be consecutive. As long as you just log in for 7 days throughout the this time, you can get these passes.
Okay.
When Trailblazers reach certain Trailblaze levels, such as levels 5, 15, 25, and 35, you'll
wow,
receive normal
they're giving us
passes
a
for
lot of the
normal
currency.
works in
That's
the end,
nice.
totaling to 40 normal passes and 1,600 stellar jades. There is no time limit for this event. You can play the game with the speed that you feel most comfortable with.
Nice.
And of course, our
That's a
pre-registration
good
rewards.
decision.
Since there were more than 10 million players who have pre-registered for our game, we're celebrating by giving each player 20 normal passes and Serval, the lightning character with multi-target
Nice.
damage.
No, he's clean.
Yeah. A huge thanks to all the players in the world for their love, and of course, all the creators in the community, like you two.
You're welcome.
Thank you too, Austin.
Even if you haven't pre-registered, it's not too late in any of that regard. This is our gift to every single player. You should find it in your mailbox today after you enable the warp function.
Oh, okay.
All good news. And now I get to remind you about the types of banners HonkaiStarRail will have. The first one is called Departure Warp, requiring normal passes with a 20% discount and a guaranteed 5-star character within the 50 pulls. Then
Hopefully we
there
get a
are
good
the
one.
Normal Warp, also requiring normal passes, which contains 7 permanent 5-star characters and 7 5-star light cones, plus many 4-star characters and light cones and 3-star light cones.
It's your chance to get Himiko.
Yeah, I see.
There it is. So then we have the limited banners for version 1.0. The first character banner is Butterfly on Sword Tip with Seal.
Seal.
That's our quantum single damage.
Okay, so
banner.
her name is
We also have
Seal.
our light cone banner called Brilliant
Okay.
Fixation with the limited light cone in the night of Hunting Path.
That's so nice.
I know.
She's my favorite character, so it's like I'm biased, obviously.
I just love how she looks.
These first limited banners will last for 20 days starting from today, so until May 17th. But then, at that point, we will then start the second limited banner with
Ooh,
Jing
that's the
Yuan.
one everybody's excited about.
The banner is called Swirl of Heavenly Spear. And then that's also to be paired with the limited light cone Before Dawn, which belongs to the erudition path.
Wow.
So
He looks
cool.
so cool.
Right?
A friend of mine actually voices him. in
For real?
English.
Oh, that's actually really
Yeah,
cool.
I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, wait, who is this?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
These two banners will open on May 17th and last until June 5th.
Very cool.
Next, I'd like to use the last few minutes to introduce some of the special events we've prepared for our players around the world. We'll be doing what we call the Astral Express Global Tour, which is a global event happening right now. We've built an actual Astral Express locomotive, and they've been
What?
placed in some of the biggest cities around the world, so you can see them in person. As you can see in the video, Times Square in New York and Shibuya in Japan are ready for the train to arrive.
So cool.
There are many
Oh, the
regions
blurred
for the event,
logos.
so check out the details on our event website and follow our social media accounts for more.
That's actually.
Wow, I want to go.
That's-
Are these like little
that's unique.
hints?
Those were going to be some hints at the which locations are going to be.
Yeah, super cool.
This weekend, April 29th and 30th, my birthday, at
Oh.
Times Square, all Trailblazers can go and take a look at the Astral Express. We're also holding a mini event for you to get some merchandise starting from 12 to 7 p.m. each day of the weekend. Follow our official social accounts or simply just search the Astral Express Global Tour on search engines, and you'll see a website that'll give you all the detailed information for all the regions.
Wait, is the train the same size as it is in the game? Because it's crazy big in the game.
It's very big in
It's
the
like
game.
the cabin inside the train is huge.
I don't know.
Yeah, we really wanted to build one that was like a one-to-one, you know,
Yeah, no.
rebuild of the train. But ultimately, we had to settle on a more smaller, realistic version of what we could do.
Boo.
Still creative, though. Still creative.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But you'll notice, we didn't even get like the full train. We just kind of stuck with the locomotive. That really kind of iconic look. But either way, the train we have in Times Square looks so awesome. I've actually seen it in person, and I meant like you can't actually get inside the car.
I was
but
about to ask that.
oh, I tried.
I was about to ask that.
And I just want to confirm the train can't actually fly in space, right?
Yeah, I think we also tried to do that too, but no.
Ah,
not
budget
yet.
cuts,
Yeah, not
man.
quite.
They'll get ya.
Well, HoYoverse has also prepared some special collaborations for players all over the world. First off, with Waze, the navigation app. So starting right now, we are launching a customized Astral Express navigation icon and March
what is
7th
this?
voice. So these are going to be available for 2 months until June 24th. All you need to do is open the Waze app, click change voice and change car options, and find March 7th as your navigator and the Astral Express as your ride.
This is some of the best
What?
promotion I've
March
ever seen.
7th,
Yeah.
Like, how cool is that?
I ain't
He's
never
gonna
seen no
navigate
game
for
do
us?
this much
That's
for
so
promotion. That's
awesome.
crazy.
I love that.
Super
Very
cool.
unique.
Is it like an
Yeah.
actual like
Our next collaboration is with Razer,
map app?
the world's leading lifestyle brand for gamers.
y'all
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. We're working with 8 Razer stores for a limited pop-up event. The Razer stores will be decorated in HonkaiStarRail theme, and you'll be able to get 50 Stellar Jades by either trying the game in store or showing that you downloaded the game on your mobile phone. Our 4 stores in the U.S. are Austin, Los Angeles, New York, and Seattle. Then we'll have 1 store in London, 2 stores
Okay,
in Singapore,
nowhere near
and
me.
1 in Taiwan.
It's
Up
fine.
next, I get the exciting job of announcing conventions in the upcoming months. Honkai Star Rail will be at Anime Expo, Japan Expo, GamersCon, Gamescom, and Tokyo Game Show. More conventions will be announced at a later date. Conventions are so fun. Lily, I know you cosplay. Like, what kind of conventions or which convention would you say is your favorite?
Oh, it's hard to say. Anime Expo is really fun.
Yeah.
It's a little big now, you know, and crowded. I like going to like smaller conventions sometimes just to see like how it's, cause like when the conventions start out, it has a more like, it has a cozy vibe.
Should
Kinda
come to
like that.
DreamCon.
DreamCon.
Yeah,
DreamCon.
that's like ours was a little bit smaller too. I know Anime Expo is like what 50,000 people now.
It's insane, but the plus side of Anime Expo is you get to see all the coolest cosplays. Like people go all
true.
out for these cosplays in Anime
True.
Expo. Oh my gosh.
They definitely
It's
do.
truly
They
insane how
And I love how there's
dedicated
always,
those
like, a
cosplayers
flavor of
are.
the month sort of year, I guess,
Yeah,
for the
flavor of the year.
cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this entire last year's just been Genshin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit of
just
Spy
Genshin.
Family.
Spy
Yeah.
Spy Family, yeah, no,
yeah.
there's definitely a lot of that, yeah.
There
And
was a-
always a lot of Demon Slayer too.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Demon
Demon Slayer's
Slayer.
everywhere
Before that
in
was
every
Attack on
convention.
Titan. It was like ReZero. Like there's always like these, flavors of the year. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm always so in awe of cosplayers because there's so much craftsmanship that goes. Like it's kind of a marrying of a lot of different skill sets of physical arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just beam me and buy it off a site.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
it's so-
could.
You could do that, and then you're doing like your hair and your makeup though.
Yeah, you do
and
have to
it's-
do the
it's so
makeup and
cute.
everything.
But I like the
Yeah.
ones where they like hand make them and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it
Those
feels
are always
more
usually the
personal.
best ones.
When you
So-
see some of the stuff too, where we've seen like a Raiden cosplay where their sword is like full of LEDs. So right when she
Ah.
activates, it
Cool.
lights up and glows. Right. So those are things I don't think you can buy it off of a site. I think that's something you have to probably.
Yeah,
And that's the
for
ones
sure.
that really kind of help shine above the rest.
I'm always
Yeah,
so
there's some very
impressed
creative people
when
out
they-
there.
When they make the props themselves, like how do you
Yeah, how do you even
that?
do that?
I'm so
They
in
bought a
awe.
material off Amazon and then just
I have to like
Ran with
commission
it.
people to do it for me.
So
'cause
cool.
Mm.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Fair.
it's all fun though.
And finally, I'm excited to announce our first global fan art competition, the Multiverse Vistas, which will launch in May. All players are welcome to participate, and we'll be giving out rewards. The competition will have 4 categories: video, painting, music, and cosplay. And we'll have some very popular and very talented guests serving as judges. I'm always glad that we can do stuff like this because it helps bring the community to the forefront,
no,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of great collabs
Guys
y'all
are
got.
painting. That's great.
Right,
Yeah.
Fostering the arts, I love it.
And for more information about Multiverse Vista and any of the events we talked about today, please check out our official Twitter, Facebook, and other official social media accounts. And thanks for helping, by the way, Sydney, with all these announcements. I'm really excited about Honkai Star Rail. I hope you are too, and I hope you're excited about all these upcoming events.
You are so welcome. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. And we're all looking forward to everything HoYoverse has planned this year. But it looks like we're reaching the end of our show. So I would like to
You
toss
guys
back
know what
to
that
you in
means.
terms of thanking all of you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for inviting me. It was really fun.
Definitely. Same.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed today's launch show. It's honestly a great honor for me to have met you and to meet all the trailblazers around the world. We will continue to work hard to bring high-quality game content and rich activities to the community and our fans.
Are you just trying to rush home to play the game now as well?
No, I'm not in a hurry. I played this game plenty of times.
Well,
Wow,
with
humble
that,
bragger.
I'll end by saying that Honkai Star Rail, a brand new free-to-play cross-platform space fantasy RPG, is now available on iOS, Android, and PC. The game is also on the Epic Store and will also be coming to PS5 and PS4 in the near future.
Oh, it's
I'm your
not
host,
already on
Cindy
PS
Goodman, along
or
with
on PlayStation?
Austin, Mark,
Huh.
and Lily Pichu.
That's
Where can
weird.
I find you?
I thought
You can
they
find me
announced
on,
that it was originally going to
Instagram,
be on there.
Twitter,
Maybe it's just like a
YouTube,
day late or
RDC
something.
1 or Supreme Dreams.
Lily P. Choo choo. Cut that out.
And we will be seeing you next time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Well, I already downloaded the game. I went through the whole like pre-registration stuff. So I guess we can go ahead and just close this.